Hey everyone. Hello. I hope you're hearing me okay and everything is working. Um, I've been having some interesting issues today. First of all, sorry about the issue with the time. I misscheduled my broadcast. It happens with time zones. Honestly, I'm somewhat surprised that it doesn't happen more often. You'd think that 1 hour difference would not make such a big deal, but oops. Hello, Christiana. Hi, Moika. Hi, Sue. I'm so happy that you're here. Hi, Gabi. Um, I hope you're. Yeah, my phone is acting a little bit weird at the moment. But if you're hearing me okay and seeing everything, hi Peggy, then we're good to go. Are we good to go? Let me know. Um, and we hit. Thanks, Sue. Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. Hi, Annalise. Um, yeah, I only noticed it last minute because I got into the broadcast studio and the kind of the backstage to set up everything, and I was like, oh, why are there people in the chat? Oh no. So I went quickly and tried to fix it. Um, so so hi again, and thank you so much for joining me, and welcome to our hop of today and the new. Yeah, we have a new name. We are now going by Crafty People United. We just realized that, together we are stronger is a very good motto. It is our motto. I think it will always be our motto because this is something that we believe in and enjoy. But it doesn't really tell people what we do. So, you know, now we're telling people that we're crafty people and we're united and happy together. And today we're doing flowers. And yet I'm showing you a big pile of, of weird papers. Um, so basically, if you've seen my hey Sam and hi Leanne and everybody. So if you've followed my social media, then you might be recognizing this pile and also this guy. So today, what I'm doing, thanks to, is that I'm going to. Hello, Olga. Um, yes. So I am going to show you how to do this flower. I'm using a die. It always makes me feel a bit like a cheat because when you see David makes his flowers, like, yeah, I feel like a cheat. But he'll show you how to do his flowers a little bit later. So I very much recommend you to tune in for that. But my plan is basically, so when I think of flowers, there are two things that I think about. The first one is my mom, because my mom has a green thumb and she loves flowers and gardening and everything. And the second thing is Robert Mapplethorpe, who is a photographer. And he's actually more famous for things like portraits and some I don't know what's the word, uh controversy controversy photography, but he has this series. Hi Karen. Of flowers, which I really really love, and you can hear Bastet in the background. Bastet, do you want to say hi to everybody? Come to the table. Come here. Come say hi. Oh, here. Okay. So while I'm chatting, I'm just gonna put my kitty here and say hi because she wants attention. Um, Hello, baby. Yes, look at the camera. Look here. No, no, you'll have a tail. She's giving you a tail. So, um, yeah. So Robert Mapplethorpe does very minimal, uh, like minimal photography. Okay, don't be angry. Don't be angry. Um, um, oh dear. Okay, wait. No, that's it. Here. Okay, thank you. Um, yeah, so the photographs I was thinking of are very minimal. And if you know my style, I don't generally do very minimal. So I want to try and play with the idea of kind of a minimal composition, but with a lot of details by basically doing a background that would be kind of monochrome. And then on top of it, there will be like one flower. I'll decide which color exactly I'll do afterwards. But we'll start with making a background. The idea is, again, it'll be, thank you, Priscilla. Yes, I will tell Bastet that she's very pretty. Um, so the idea, I want to do kind of a brown background. You might recognize the technique is one of Tim Holtz' classics, the ironing of paper, the wrinkle and iron. But what I did is, so this one here, I used oxide inks, and this is why you see all the oxidations. But then I decided to play a bit, and these ones I've actually done with the re-inkers, and they bring out a ton of color, which is kind of what I want to do. So this is what I'll do today. And yeah, I was playing with it today. Hi, Belinda. And because I don't have the time during the live to kind of do all the colors that I did, I just wanted to show you a little bit the papers of what I did. So I used basically every re-inker that I have. And, because they're much more concentrated, it gives a very different result, and it's very interesting. So this is antique linen. And antique linen is usually very pale, and this is very strong for it. So it's kind of cool to see. And this is old paper, if you believe it. And this is Crackled Campfire, which is one of my favorites. It's my favorite from the new ones. And that's the ink, and this is the oxide. And it's really cool kind of to see how it goes. So yeah, this is basically speckled egg, but I didn't clean the iron. So I got spots from other things, other colors. This is the new guy, the salvaged patina. This is the oxide, and this is the distress ink. And these are, this is, oh dear, rustic. Rustic, what's the name of the new green? I forgot the name. Rustic. Uh, you know it. Someone will say it. Thank you. And this is Hickory Smoke and Black Soot, which is interesting, kind of the undertones that come out. And these are just papers that I used to clean the iron. So that's why they're mixed up, and they're cool. And Wilderness, thanks, Moika. And Penny, thank you. Rustic Wilderness. So this has been an awesome couple of hours this morning. And right now, I'm just going to do, I think I will go this one, this like vintage photo, because it has really nice undertones. I'm hoping that it's actually undertones that I'm seeing and not like dirty iron from the former paper, but we'll see. No, Olga, pretty green, pretty green. Okay, so now I will bring my iron. And I want to show you that I actually cleaned it. How shiny is that? Yeah. Because my God, does this technique mess it up? So if you're a person that irons their clothes, maybe not use the same iron, because it's really, really messy. And so I'm putting it on the maximum temperature. You can probably do like not as hot the iron, but I don't know. I just go max. Why not? And the paper I'm using is actually, I think I've already shown it before. When I showed the technique, I also used this paper. It's basically a paper from IKEA, from the hey Cindy, um, from the craft area for kids. And what I like about it, it just, I don't know, it's not cardstock, it's paper, but it's thick paper, and it has I don't know, it works really well as for. And what I like about using paper and not cardstock is that because it's thin, it tends to get almost bubbles. You'll see what I mean when I'll do it. So first thing we'll do is this. Fun thing. This is so cool. Big shot for big shot for kitchen. Yeah, no. I mean, this is the only thing I do with my iron. I craft with my iron. I'm generally like very much a jeans and t-shirt girl, and I do not iron my t-shirts and jeans. So I don't really have anything to do with my iron except for crafting. Yay. Okay, so now I'm gonna just spray it with water. I'm gonna use a whole lot of water. And yeah, so I'm using the re-inker. Just take some drops. And I really love already how it kind of runs around. And this is a lot, by the way. So now I'm just gonna let it run around a bit. And you can see how it catches the wrinkles. And I'm gonna add some more water. Get it to run around even more. Because I do actually want to have much of the background covered with color. And if it drops on the back, on the media mat, it's fine because I'll just put the paper on it and yeah, it'll just get it from the other side. Now, so yes. So now get ready for serious hiss because yeah, you know, hot iron on liquid. Woo! It's actually, can you see? I hope you can see like how it actually kind of makes everything jump around, and I can actually move the ink with the iron to spread it around. Yes. And it's going to take a couple of runs to dry it. I'm actually going to wipe the water a bit. And I will need some more. It's steaming. And by the way, my entire table and my computer has little sprinkles of ink now. Yay. Okay. Thanks for that. Ooh, handmade papers sound good for that. Yes. Thank you, Olga. Yeah, I think, you know, Cindy, I think it would work really nice with coffee as well. I think it works like the thing with distress ink of all kinds is that they work really well with water. But I think that, so, you know, if you do it with coffee, what I'm assuming will happen is that you will need to use a lot of coffee, because also I was using the re-inker, and that has a ton of color in it. It's a lot more than what you'll get from the ink pad. And what I like, I'll bring it up. I hope it'll focus nicely. It kind of removed the saturation in a bit, but if you see all of these little spots, these little things, this happens more on paper than if you use like thick cardstock. I think it actually kind of bubbles up a bit. And now, so basically the background, I'm planning this to be the base for the work in the end. So I just want to see if I'm good with the white bits, or if I want to have more. What do you think? Should we add more brown, maybe a different brown, or should we just stick with little bits of white in the edges? How about tea? Depending on the, yeah, instant coffee has a ton of color too. And tea, I think it depends on which tea. But you will need to use a lot of tea to get it to really have this kind of saturation. Like that. Yeah, it does look a bit like leather. The paper is IKEA paper, believe it or not. And I think I'm going to add a bit more, and maybe this time we'll use gathered twigs. So, because I want this to be very saturated. You can also see that it still reacts. So maybe see if we actually need to add more paint, or if we can just go on ironing this. And if you see, you see these lines, that's actually from the iron. Like if you had a flat iron, completely flat, then you wouldn't have those. But I don't mind. I kind of like those. I think I'll add more color. Hey, Jess. Yeah, I know. IKEA paper. So it's one of those things, like when you go to IKEA in the kids area, they have a crafts area, and you'll be surprised what cool things you can find there. And I was just like, well, it's paper, why not try it, right? Why the hell not? I did not expect it to be good, but hey, it's pretty cool. It's just, I don't know. I think the thing that I like about it, what's good about it, is that it takes quite a bit of liquid without being completely destroyed, which is, not every paper manages to do that. So that's kind of impressive, especially for something that cheap. It's only like you only have these kind of bundles that you get with color paper and also A3 paper. At least that's what I know from my local IKEA. But yeah, I don't know. It's really cool. Okay. Let's let it run a bit. And yes. Ooh. Now, when you get to a certain point, you do need to be a little bit careful when you're ironing this, because the paper can get stuck to the iron, and then, well, it tears. But it does help that I actually cleaned it before starting. So yeah. Okay. I am liking this. Need to bring this up. I just have to say it's 32 degrees here, Celsius. And this is not, I mean, I have the air conditioning on, but ironing in this weather, not happy. No. But I'm only going to do this one page right now because we have flowers to make and things like that. What setting is the iron? It's just on the maximum heat, just the hottest I can get it. I know when Tim does it, he uses a travel iron that doesn't have steam. This one does have steam, so it does reach higher temperature. But that's the one I had at home. And since I wasn't really using it to iron my clothes, I figured, hell, why not iron some papers? Look at that. Oh, that is so nice. Yeah. I don't know. There's something about the fact that you kind of bake the ink into the paper that makes it react differently, and it's almost like it. I don't know if you can see it. I'll show you up close maybe, but see on here you can really see it almost like it oxidizes, but it's just distressing. It's not oxide, so it's really interesting. Yeah, so I just put it on max setting. I know. Yeah. Okay. So I think we're good with this one. I really like the back as well. This is like double-sided paper. Hell, this is where I'm going. Anyway, I think we'll. Ooh. Yeah. So you can see now that it's slightly stained. If you use oxide, by the way, it stains the iron even more. Um, but yeah. So this will be our background. Um, is it comparable to copy paper? It's thicker than copy paper. Um, you can definitely try doing it with copy paper. I would say maybe, be careful because it would. The thing with this technique is that the danger, so we say, is that it sticks to the iron, and yeah, if it sticks to the iron, it just tears the paper. And what I like about this paper is that it's nice and thick, even though it's not a cardstock. So it gives a different reality, a different result. Okay, different reality, really? Wow. Okay, so I'll put this aside. My media mat is very, very warm right now, but we have flowers to make. So we're gonna start with that. And I already did the die cuts, the die cutting before. I'll show you the set. So this is the set that I'm using. It's by Tonic Studio in collaboration. Wow, nice. In collaboration with Susan. I can never pronounce her short name, but I'll bring it close to the camera. It's Susan Tierney Cockburn, I think. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And she is basically, she worked with several companies, and she does a lot of she does flower dyes, and she is, she's a gardener. She loves flowers, and you can see it. She really knows how to design dyes that will make the flowers look real. See, deli paper. Oh, if you, Sydney, if you mean to use deli paper in order to keep it from like dirtying up your iron, yeah, I'm assuming you could do it. I just don't care because um, because I'm not using it for ironing clothes. Christiana, this is a Spider Mum. This is the name of the flower, which is one of the reasons that I really love it, because it's such a cool name, Spider Mum. Um, so one of the things is, like, I wanted to show you the dyes also, because if you look at it, you can see that unlike a lot of flower dyes, like, none of the petals are the same. They're completely different. Maybe I'll bring it up. Yeah, they're completely different, and that's one of the reasons that the flowers in the dyes that she designs come out so realistic. The other thing is layering. So from each one of these petal sets, you basically cut several, and then because of that, it's oh yeah, that would work maybe to use it to keep the. I think the dye paper could use it, could stop it from sticking. Um, yeah, yeah, why not? I mean, look, try it. That's how you do it. if I'm sure that it can work with copy paper as well. The thing is also that it depends on, of course, what you want to do with it in the end, how sturdy you want it to be in the end. And I think I want to do a nice bright orange flower. So I'm going to use crackling campfire ink to color it. I could just use colored paper, but I didn't for some reason. And I don't know, I might leave some white. But the thing is also that I'm just going to very quickly ink it. And you'll see that I'm very, accurate and careful with my inking. Because it doesn't matter, because afterwards when you like shape the flower, that's the word, when you shape the flower, it really kind of covers a lot of it. And also, if you look at flowers, a lot of times they actually don't have, like, they actually do have stains, they have spots, so if you get spots and splotches, that's a nice word, splotches on your flower, that's actually, that's cool. It works. So this is what I'm doing, and I'm just, if you kind of go back from the middle every time, then the middle ends up being darker, which is useful in this case because it gives shades. And another reason that you don't need to worry too much about shading with these flowers is because they are so 3D, right? So the shading actually comes from the shape, not from the coloring, which is kind of cool. So I'm gonna try and follow the chat again. On yes, that's a good song. Ooh, hey, Vina. Uh, yes. Okay. So I really love this orange. You do need to color the petals from both sides because both sides will be visible. So it's very, yeah. So you need them to be colored. That was a kind of a circular sentence. Yeah. Okay. Obviously, Olga, what other possibility would it be? Yes. Oop. Yeah, so my soundtrack at the moment is Nox wanting to play. That's the other sister of the kitty you met before. Um, they're having a bit of a day. They're they very much want attention. And I was kind of busy. Oh no. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Oh, well, that happens and we'll fix it. Because, oh yeah, I should say. So for this, I also used basically like very basic craft stock. It's very thin, which I like for flowers because it shapes easy. Um, when you use thick cardstock, yes, it definitely makes the flowers more stable in the end, but it also means that how do I put it? That you kind of get, like when you shape the paper, you basically break the fibers. And when it's very thick paper, then you get these wrinkles that are not necessarily what you want. A bit of wrinkling, that's nice. But I don't know. I like to use pretty thin cardstock for flowers, and that's why sometimes this happens because these are very delicate shapes. So you've kind of work around things basically. I'm gonna give a bit of extra ink here in the middle. Yeah, that's one way of coloring your fingernails. And oh dear, can you hear my kitty? Um, okay, so I am trying to, I probably should have done this coloring before the live, but honestly, I wasn't entirely sure if I wanted to be completely orange or just, just the middle. Like I did in this one, I just colored the middle with yellow. And I wasn't sure if that's what I want or if I want completely orange, but I feel like having a strong color. So it's going to be all crackling. And yeah, that's why it's going to take a bit of time, but we're good. We're good. Hey, Nuneka. Ooh, I'm slightly missing slightly missing the chat because I'm trying to see what I'm doing. It's very hard to follow both. So I'm trying, but if I'm missing a question and it's not answered, just write it again and I'll see it. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I should, just to show you, just a second, I'll just finish this one. When I was playing yesterday with the dye and the flowers, a little bit more here. Yes. Yeah, so yesterday I also did one flower from colored paper, colored cardstock. So you can see, and with this one I did add a bit of, I did shade a bit the middle, like of the paper, but most of what you see of the shading is basically um, from it being 3D. Yep. Yes. Ah. Ooh, I'm getting splotches and I like them. I think I'm going to do this more. Yeah. Uh, it's very funny to work on the media mat after you ironed it because it's really warm. It's like it's been in the sun for a long time and it's really funny. I bet my cat would love to sleep on it right now. Yeah. Just want more shading in the middle of this one. This. Ooh. Yeah. And you see that I had 4 of these size, 3 of these, and then I have 2 of each of the smaller ones, and this one for the middle. Which basically it's actually only one that you put in, but sometimes I feel like putting 2, so I cut 2 just so I'll have it. But we'll see. Okay. Smaller one go really fast, the coloring. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, Cindy, I think, I hope you'll have a nice inspiration for a Mother's Day card. I think that flowers seem to work. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, my mom loves flowers, so yeah, so flowers would always work for her. Um, but yeah, also have like I don't know, I think carnation is considered to be a flower for mom, right? Anything else? We know. This one we can just kind of, yeah. Mm. I know I missed something in the chat, but I can't roll back. I need a third arm. I need something like a third arm to scroll back in the chat to see what's going on. Okay, that's almost done. Right. Just, yes. Oh dear. Noxy, honestly. Okay, so we have these two ones that are full ones and sky. I'm just gonna, I'm just putting a ton of ink on it. It does mean that my fingers look like this. Wow. But I just wanted to have a strong color, so and also, yeah, as you've seen before, if you do if you kind of pull with the sponge too much, especially at least with me, I tend to be a bit forceful with these things. And if I do this kind of pulling movement, there is a tendency for these delicate pieces to just tear off. And okay, I'll just color this one as well, just in case. Don't know if I'll use it, but why not? Worst case scenario, I'll use it for another flower, right? That's the way to do it. Okay. Almost done with that, and I have 20 minutes. Huh. Surprise, surprise, I will probably not finish everything today, but I think that we'll go through the main parts, and that's that's something. Okay, so we have the flower petals colored. I'll just clean this part a little bit. Yes, kitten, I know. You're very cute. Just kind of clean this up a bit. Oh, such a lovely squeak. And bringing our tools. So Um, this is again from Tonic. It's a set for their flower making tools. You have this mat that you is basically it's a little bit harder than a mouse pad, but a mouse pad would work just as well. And let us start shaping the flowers. So I'm going to use this kind of middle size. It's actually quite small. Well, it's a stylus tool, I believe it's called. And you can have many sizes and types and so on. I like these guys. But yeah, so basically all you do is just kind of run this down um and pull the petal. It just automatically happens when you push it. It pulls the paper towards you and gives it shape. And one of the things that I like to do also is with some of them, even take the small one and just do the tip to the other side just to get a bit of interest in the final flower. Um, Olga, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. maybe sometimes it's okay not to follow the chat completely. No, folks, really? Yes, my kitty is very loud today. Um, Olga, seriously. Okay, so another thing that you can do to kind of get a variety is maybe even with a smaller stylus to instead of kind of going in the middle, go to the side, and that tends to just shape the petal in a slightly different direction. And you can see that even though you bring it up, you can kind of push it back. Um, so you don't need to worry about the shape kind of sticking in the way this way. You can always shape it a bit afterwards again. Yeah. Okay. And this one is the one that I tore a bit, but it'll work out fine. Oh God. Okay. Um, Ball tool? Really? Really, Olga? Really? Ah, okay. Um, wow. Can you hear my cat? Seriously. I'm just wondering. I don't know. She's really, really loud today, at least for me, but I don't know if you can actually hear her. Um, but she seems very. Ooh, that sounds nice, Cindy. Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of um, flower die sets out there that are really, really nice, and it's it's very hard. Like you always, you have one and then you're like you see another one like, oh, but that's a different flower, I need that one too. Basically they're all most of them are similar techniques, and like I said, I like this designer because she really tries to make the flowers look very realistic. um oh, Vina, you don't hear her? Okay. No, there you go, that was loud. Oh my gosh. She's just sitting here and meowing at me because she wants attention and food and cuddles and everything that is very hard for me to do while I'm doing something else. Careful, that's hot. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. So one of the things that I mean, I love this flower also just because of its shape. But I will admit that it's also a big benefit how quickly you can actually make it. Because with a lot of flowers, when the petals are bigger, you have to kind of play around with each petal. And with this one, it's basically you just ring, you just run it down one time and you get it, right? Just this, basically. Going to, oh, hello, Nox. Yes, my lovely. Okay. Ah, Pita? Hi, Kellen. Oh. Yes, I think so too, Olga. Nox maybe she wants some attention, but I don't know. She's camera shy. She's not like Yasha. Yasha is the only one that really just wants to be on camera all the time, apparently. Yes. Okay. So you can see that also when you use the smaller stylus, it rolls farther in. So Where are you going? I'm not finished with you. And let's give this one a little bit of a tip here, just to go to the other side. Just a bit. Oh, what are you doing? No, no. Just talking to myself for a second here. Yes, it's very useful during a live, isn't it? Go. Yeah, the iron is put away, and um, Nox was sniffing at it before. That's why I was telling her that she needs to be careful because it's too hot and she's not supposed to sniff it. Okay, there we go. You can see already how, you know, it's going, how the center is going to look, basically. I'm going to use bigger one on this one to just, no. Oh, I know. Okay, wait. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I will say that cats seem to like paper flowers just as much as they like real flowers, which can be interesting sometimes. Okay, so with this one, we'll shape these guys, and what I like to do is to actually shape, make sure that they're in different heights, and some of them I will do to the other direction because I want them to be to kind of get the whole how do I put it? I just don't want them to be completely on top of one another. I want them to create this kind of more interest, I guess, and to have give each one an opportunity to shine. There we go. And yeah, why not? Let's do this one as well. How am I by time? Oh my goodness. Okay. So basically, I might be able to finish this flower, but let's see how much farther I will be able to go. Okay, now glue. And yeah, we assemble the flower and my best friend, the tweezers. And what we start with is this part, partly because I need it to dry afterwards. So just grab the edge and start rolling it. Just like this. Doesn't need to be perfect. And I think I've rolled it in the wrong direction. Yep. Okay, and the reason I'm saying it's going in the wrong direction is because the petals are supposed to be creating a sort of bowl. Yeah, that's better. And they were going outside instead of inside, basically. I don't know if you could see it, but this is the right direction. Now, just put a little bit of glue. Sit naturally? What? Okay, there we go. Just glue it. And I'm actually going to use another pair of tweezers. Those are ones that kind of hold close, just to grab it so it will stay in the same place. And I'll let it dry for a bit, and then I can play with the petals to kind of give them the shape that I want. And let's start building the flower very quickly because I have 10 minutes. Okay, so you just need a drop of glue and to place them inside and try to make sure that the petals kind of don't go exactly in the same direction, to kind of fill up the spaces between the petals. And this is the one that I got one petal lost. So what I think I'll do actually is just shape this little petal and glue it in, because why not? Right. So I'll just put it, I don't know how well you can see, but yeah. And these stylus tools are also very useful to just hold things in place. So there we go. It's back in place. Cool. Next one. So these are the 4 big ones, the 4 big layers. And we will have now 3 that are slightly smaller. Yeah, Vina, it's really, I like this glue very much for this kind of crafting, also because it doesn't dry immediately. It dries quickly, but it does give you some wiggle time. Because my other favorite glue is, of course, Collage Medium, as you know. But yes, I know, but that, wow. But Collage Medium dries really, really fast. So a lot of times, if you put something in, you're kind of, it's there now. That's it, done. Which is great for some things, but when you do this kind of thing, sometimes you want the option to wiggle with the petals and everything, to play around. And this glue gives you more option for that. There we go. Just a few more. Yes, I know, Kitty. I don't know what is up with them today, honestly. Okay, there we go. Oh, wow. Okay, and for the ones in the center, it's easier sometimes to just sneak it in with the tweezers. And then I just use the styles to sort of slide it around until it's in the place that I want. And now this one, I'm going to kind of give it a little squeeze. And see, now I don't like this one actually in this direction, so I'm just going to use the tweezers to fix it to the other direction, just to have that. Oh, hey Katya. I promise I'll finish on time. Well, finish the live, not the project, There we go. And to put it in place, I will use the tweezers and just put a bit of glue here and slip it in there. And there we go. Now, what you can do now, it's the best thing to do now is actually to let it dry completely, and then you can play a bit more with the petals, decide if you want them a bit more open, more closed. But this is basically the flower. And so just to show you, I know, Olga, right? Totally. So I do like the color of the flower on this. I am going to add some more details, I think, in the background. So basically, yeah, it's going to be a square. Let's do this. I'll have the flower here, but I am going to add more details to the background with some stamping. Have 5 minutes. shall we start with, yeah, let's do some, oh, the flower. I'll bring it close to the camera just a second. So let's just see that it focuses. I hope it's focused. Yes, I hope. You can see, maybe if I'll, yeah, that's better, I think. Hope you can see the details of the flower. Cool. Thank you. See what the project, my project, you mean? I mean, I meant the like what I was planning to do today. So I'm not really, yeah. So I'll just let you know sort of what I'm planning to do, because so I am going to have maybe some stamping in the background, also in brown. I think maybe I have a couple of minutes. I can try and do that a little bit. And then I think that I will have some, I'll just use some distress paint of the same color and have sort of like licking the paint under the flower. And because of the, because it's orange on brown, I think it would look a bit like it's rust or something. And I just like the idea of it. So, but first, let's do a bit of stamping. And I'm actually going to use Alton Muse stamp as ink, because with stamping with dye ink, because I don't want to stamp with oxides, because I don't want it to become well, oxidized. And so I want kind of darker brown, and I didn't want only to use the one brown, the one because I only have a vintage photo in archival, so I want a bit more shadings of brown. So I'm going to use Altenue. They have very nice shades. And one of the things that I like about their inks is that they do seem to stamp really, really well. Oh my goodness. So, okay, I'll just very quickly use a little bit of ink. Oh wow. Um, okay. This paper, Vina, that's what I did before with the ironing. That's why it looks crackled. But even though it's crackled, like it looks crackled, it's actually flat, so you can very easily stamp on it, which is really, really cool. And it just adding a little bit of details in the background. So, okay, you know what? I'm out of time, so I'll just show you how nicely it stamps. See? Yeah. So even though you have all of these cracked shapes, basically the paper is completely flat and you can stamp perfectly on it. And it's another reason that I really love this technique. And oh, thank you. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, everybody. So I think, yeah, we'll finish now. I will post, of course, photos of the finished project in my Instagram and my Facebook. I think that I actually forgot to put them in my description, but it's basically, it's Peculiaris on Facebook and Peculiaris Things on Instagram. And I'll add them afterwards on the in the description, so you can search them if you don't know and if you want to see the finished project. So thank you so very much. I hope that you enjoyed this. And we're moving on to Katya now. There is a link in the description if someone wants to put the link in the in the chat also. That would be nice, but it's in the description, so you can find it there. And thank you so very much. And yeah, I'll see you again next time. Bye for now. Bye with orange fingers. My goodness, look at that. Olga, are you seeing this? Never say that my fingers are not dirty during my lives. Thanks, Belinda, so much. Thank you. And okay, I'm going to end now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.